Well, when I was in college, I met a group of people that really thought justice was really important. And I was a member of a group of students that really believed in fairness and justice. And we ended up, at the time that I was a freshman, I always thought that everything that I read was true in the papers. And some of these people encouraged me to think beyond the newspapers and try to think for myself and read books and get different opinions. So I ended up volunteering to be an intern for a program where I would go to court with a probation officer and see what it's like to be in court. So I ended up going to a courtroom, and I saw a public defender who was someone who helps the poor who are charged with crime. And I watched that person in court, and I thought, I can do that. And that's what was my main interest, how I became interested. Well, I was working as a public defender for 28 years and loving every day of it. And one of the judges, I had several hard cases in front of her. She came to my office and said, we would really like you to apply to be a judge. And she said some of the judges had talked about it, and they thought because I was always prepared, my temperament was good, and I was honest, I had integrity, and I did my best. And then I thought, I couldn't imagine myself being a judge. I was like, I'm not that smart, you know? And she said, oh yes, you are. You know, we think you're very intelligent. You're conscientious. And so it took me about 1.5 years before I decided to finally do that, before I could visualize myself in that capacity. It's like someone pops in and says, you can do this, you can fly. And you're like, oh, I don't know about that. And I really had to think about it. And it takes a lot to be a judge. You have to be willing to give up a lot of things, like your privacy. People see you every day, and you can't make everyone happy. And I realized that I would have to be comfortable with that position before I could do it. And what really made a difference was one of the judges was speaking at a conference I was at, and she said, you can do a lot for your community as a judge. And that's what made the difference for me. What's really hard about being a judge is that you can't show emotion. You have to have a poker face. And you can't even move your head upside down like this. Because someone once told me that they were watching me and they said, you look like you're agreeing with the person. And I thought, I had no idea. I thought I was going like, yes, yes, get on with it, yes, move along. In myself, I'm thinking that. So you have to be very careful. You can't roll your eyes, or you have to just be perfectly still. And that's very hard to do. Like right now, you're going like this because that's normal. So trying to hold my head still is very hard. And I had a case where there was a man who was killed by someone, and if you are driving and you break the law, a traffic violation, and you kill someone, you can be charged with a misdemeanor, vehicular manslaughter, or a felony if you're driving really recklessly. And in this case, a man who had no prior record killed someone just by trying to pass a garbage truck. And that person that died was a man going to work like he did every day for 11 years. And he had 10 children. And he did die. And so I had to sentence this man that had never done anything wrong other than a traffic violation to kill somebody. And that was so hard to do because I had to hold my emotions in. Everyone has a right to speak in court. And I could not embrace the family and say, I'm really sorry this happened. And I could not embrace the defendant and say, I'm really sorry you're going through this. It's a simple mistake that anyone can make. In fact, everyone should be aware that when you get your driver's licenses, to make sure you don't text and drive or commit a violation, because if someone's killed, you can find yourself in court and maybe go to jail. So emotionally, it was very hard for me because I wanted to cry. I couldn't.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Ramirez.
Hi, I'm Olivia Smith.
Hi, my name is Jackie Perez.
And I'm McLean Hartford.